From the studios of Farm Journal Broadcast, this is Ag Day.
I'm Charles Denny. You've probably heard of cryptocurrency like Bitcoin, but what is it exactly? How does it have value? And should you be wary of investing in it? University of Tennessee Extension experts have some advice. That story coming up on Ag Day.
Now if the world was as real milk.
Got milk? Why, the people behind that famous campaign now want you to get real. As the markets weigh new production possibilities following the Pro Farmer Crop Tour.
It is a number that I don't know if USDA will come down that low, but I think it shocks some people to see the results be that low.
But that's not the only thing weighing on the minds of market movers. We get the latest pulse right now on Ag Day. Good morning, I'm Clinton Griffiths. The market's making some big moves on Monday following last week's Pro Farmer Crop Tour. Pro Farmer estimating the U.S. corn crop to be the smallest in 3 years due to drought and heat damage. The news extending a rally to 2-month highs for the December contract. Ag Day's Michelle Rook joins us with more on what the market is digesting right now.
Pro Farmer dropped the national corn yield 7.3 bushels per acre from USDA's August estimate to 168.1 and lowered production by around 640 million bushels, which came as a shock to the market. If that confirms, it would lower corn ending stocks below 1 billion bushels to around 750 million bushels. However, market analysts say USDA may step down to that figure.
It is a number that I don't know if USDA will come down that low, but I think it shocks some people to see the results be that low. I think also they did not go into other areas like Texas, Kansas, other areas that are kind of struggling. So I think the market's going to digest this.
The soybean market is also digesting the Pro Farmer estimate, which confirmed the potential for record production and now some recent rains moving in to benefit yield potential.
So there'd be a chunk of central Iowa and even into the southwest portion of the state that got very nice rains over the weekend. And that combined with a little higher than normal temperatures, that's a pretty impressive forecast for soybeans.
He says, however, the soybean market finds good demand on pullbacks, even with a potentially record crop. The corn and wheat markets are also seeing some fund buying return as money is coming out of the equity sector. The stock market is sold off after Fed Chairman Jerome Powell's comments on the economy and concerns of a 75 basis point increase in interest rates in September.
All right, thanks, Michelle. Now, some beneficial rains fell over much of the Midwest over the weekend, but many other areas of the Corn Belt missed out. And the markets are also wondering what that means for crop conditions. USDA releasing updated numbers on Monday with corn dropping in the condition rating again, 54% now rated good to excellent. That's down 1% from last week. As for soybeans, no real change this week with 57% of the crop rated good to excellent. Spring wheat harvest is picking up, now 50% harvested, but still well below the 5-year average of 71%. But conditions have improved with 68% of that crop rated good to excellent, up 4% from last week. Mississippi is bracing for significant floods. The Pearl River near Jackson was expected to crest Monday. Parts of other states are at risk of flooding too. The sandbags are down in Jackson, Mississippi. Many who live here remember the punishing floods of 2020 and are hoping they aren't in for a repeat. From extreme drought to too much rain, it's been a wild summer for southeast Texas. Meteorologist Matt Yurisovic joins us. And Matt, the area is in for even more rain today.
Yeah, that's right, Clinton. More rain for parts of Texas and a lot of heat as well. Still warm and humid across parts of the west and hot and dry across parts of the southwest, where they'll still see some chances of rain later in the week. But if you take a look at the jet stream, this big dip in the jet stream that's off in the east, it's going to be getting out of here. The warmth comes right back and the humidity follows it as we head through the end of the week and into next week. Still a very big ridge across most of the country and even into next week. Still dealing with that heat at least through Labor Day. Once we get into September, things hopefully start to cool down. There's a look at the temperatures this afternoon. A little bit cooler with lower humidity from western parts of Pennsylvania all the way back into the upper Midwest, but still hot and humid across the middle part of the country and in the southwest, and more rain for parts of Texas, and heavy rain at that, with a couple of stalled out fronts that are going to be moving on through, and then places from the Ohio Valley on towards the East Coast are going to be dealing with some periods of heavy rain and thunderstorms, especially as we head through Tuesday and into Wednesday. And here's some great video from Lane Abramson, Lane Farms in Handley, Saskatchewan, and he says he's trying out a couple of interns today to see if they have any potential as ranch hands. He says this is the #1 candidate. Looks like he loves the whole experience. I'll have more on your forecast coming up.
All right, thanks, Matt. Despite the Russian invasion of Ukraine, exports from the war-torn nation are picking up speed. According to the AFP news agency, Ukraine is on track to ship as much as 4 million metric tons of ag products this month. That comes from a senior U.S. State Department official. Now, if it holds true, it would be nearly as much as it exported before the Russian invasion started. Now, since a multi-party agreement last month reopened Ukraine's Black Sea ports, more than 30 ships have set sail. Another 18 are in port or ready to leave. Despite the uptick in shipments, Ukraine officials say, all told, ag commodity exports are nearly half of what they were a year ago. The World Meteorological Organization has a dire warning for East Africa. It says the region is set to miss its 5th straight rainy season and is on the verge of an unprecedented humanitarian catastrophe. 50 million people are parched and at risk of food insecurity, with Ethiopia, Kenya, and Somalia particularly at risk. Now, the region is already in the midst of a 40-year drought. What's worse is the forecast from October through December shows high chances of drier than average conditions. Now, as we mentioned, corn and wheat started the week higher, but not soybeans and cattle. We'll take a look at those markets coming up next. And later, understanding the new volatile world of cryptocurrency. We're off to Tennessee for a lesson with Charles Denny in the country.
Ag Day is brought to you by Germinator Closing Wheels. Germinator, it's not just any closing wheel. Reach your yield potential. Get 10% off while supplies last.
The Kansas City Federal Reserve says ag credit conditions remain strong in the second quarter, but it's warning of slower improvements in the coming months. Now, it recently conducted a survey of ag credit conditions and says farm income has increased, but the pace of the increase has slowed from recent quarters, and it expects further softening going forward. Now, it says farm loan repayment rates are continuing to strengthen, but that pace has also slowed. It also says following nearly 2 years of acceleration, farmland values are showing signs of moderating and interest rates. While corn and wheat made gains on Monday, livestock was mixed. Michelle Rook joins us with more on those markets.
Joining us with market analysis, John Heinberg with Total Farm Marketing. Monday market closes higher in the feed grain sector, lower in soybeans, and corn kind of got a push here from the lower crop estimate from Pro Farmer, but it looks like we've had some pretty good technical buying there as well.
Yeah, we did. I mean, the good close today, too, for that corn market, getting above that 100-day moving average. We haven't been through there since June, so that'll hopefully keep the bulls a little bit happier to maybe push this market higher. Kind of broke out of our consolidation range that we put together at the end of the week, too. So that was encouraging to see that strength in the corn market, obviously fueled by the potential crop size coming down, as well as that good spillover strength from wheat this afternoon.
If we do drop below a billion bushel ending stocks figure on corn, which is what these estimates suggest, we got to be way over $7 here, don't we?
That's a definite possibility. Obviously, if we start getting down to that level, then we got to see some rationing kick into this market. Some of that's going to get done on the cash market side too, in terms of how the basis levels work, and region to region between the haves and the haves not. But yeah, that's definitely something we're looking at right now as a potential strength in this market going forward. Especially if those numbers start getting confirmed a little bit by the USDA, but we know they got their process, and it'll take a little bit of time before they bring those yield numbers down that far.
Yeah, they're usually a little slow to move there. Wheat market looked initially like it was following corn on Monday, but kind of took off, and was that chart-based buying?
That's what it felt like as we kind of cleared through some key moving averages, and then you just saw the shorts get a little nervous. I mean, the funds have been sitting on a fairly long position, or fairly large short position, going back to all the way to February. So it was due for a little bit of a turn. And again, we're seeing some good money flow into the commodity sector, and wheat's probably the one that's still the most beat up. So that was just a key, I think, today to push those prices higher.
And the setback in soybeans, was that because of the record production? And why was September down so hard, if it was?
Well, September's looking at first notice day coming up, so long positions are getting pushed out. You know, options expiration probably saw quite a bit of exercising or assignment here last week too, so those positions had to get handled. But then you saw that soybean meal market kind of roll off its highs today, so that kind of hurt the beans, as well as just the weather over the weekend weighing on that bean market.
All right, thanks so much, John Heinberg with Total Farm Marketing. Full analysis at agweb.com. We'll have weather coming up.
To discuss marketing strategies, call 800-334-9779. Ag Day is brought to you by MetLife Investment Management's Agricultural Finance Group. MetLife Investment Management is positioned to help you grow your business with a competitive farm, ranch, and agribusiness loan. To learn more, visit investments.metlife.com/agriculture.
Starting off by taking a look at some precipitation as we head through the next couple of days. Going to see a lot more, especially in parts of the south, northern parts of Texas, southern Texas as well. But we got to start by looking at what's happened over the last 24 hours. And notice this, some heavier rain, parts of Indiana, down through parts of the Ohio Valley as a cold front's working its way through. And a couple more showers there, West Texas up into parts of Oklahoma and Kansas. Even Missouri saw a little bit of that. But now it's moving to the east, so more rain likely as we head towards the East Coast as we head through Tuesday and Wednesday. But then more showers and storms really scattered there in eastern parts of Texas and across parts of Florida as well. And here's a look at the next couple of days. Look at the next 10 days. As we start this out, we're going to start out by going all the way through about Saturday. Notice where all the rain is. Parts of Texas, even parts of New Mexico, seeing a little bit of that rain. And then more scattered showers and storms along that cold front as it continues to move up to the north and east. And then Florida dealing with the scattered showers and thunderstorms like they do during the summer months. Then as we head through the rest of that 10-day, much into next week, you see a lot more rain here. Parts of the south, they're going to be dealing with some tropical moisture, something that we'll keep an eye on as we head into next week. But more rain is on tap. Here is that cold front that continues to slide eastward through the day on Tuesday and then dragging another low along with it. That's going to keep things unsettled in parts of the deep south. And then as that front continues to push east, high pressure replaces it. A little bit cooler with some lower humidity up across the north, but still some showers and storms along that front, and high pressure holding strong till the middle part of the week when we'll start to see a few more storm systems develop as we head out in the west. But it's going to be warm and humid except for right up in here. Lower humidity following that front through. Still warm and humid along the south and hot and humid up through the middle part of the country, even up into southern Canada as we head through tomorrow afternoon. Something we'll continue to watch for the west as more rain possible along the south and in the east. That's a look around the country. Now let's take a look at the weather where you live. Maysville, Kentucky, scattered showers, a high near 83 degrees. Sweetwater, Texas, thunderstorms likely, a high near 89. And Bend, Oregon, mostly sunny and hot, a high of 94.
Rather than got milk, dairy is promoting Get Real. We'll have the new campaign next. And later, the very real reality of cryptocurrency. What is it and why is it here? Charles Denny asks those questions today in the country.
Got equipment to sell privately but tired of scams and hassles? Visit MachineRepeat.com and click Sell Mine. MachineRepeat.com, the simple and secure way to buy and sell equipment online.
Something that could soon help to alleviate the infant formula shortage in the country, Abbott Laboratories has restarted production of its Similac infant formula. The formula is produced at its plant in Sturgis, Michigan. Now, Abbott is the country's biggest supplier of baby formula. As we've reported in February, the company recalled Similac and other infant formula products following reports of bacterial infections in babies. The plant was forced to shut down, and that led to a nationwide shortage. The U.S. flew in millions of cans of emergency supplies from overseas. The plant briefly reopened in July but had to close again due to damage from flooding. Now, Abbott says it will take about 6 weeks for Similac to start shipping to retail locations. The creators of the iconic Got Milk campaign are trying something new. Check it out.
Now if the world was as real milk, in magazines we'll see more celebrities doing things like these. And
The California Milk Processor Board is launching the Get Real campaign. It's to promote the benefits of being real in all aspects of life, and that includes drinking real milk. Father of the Bride star Diego Boneta is kicking off the campaign. He stars in a music video where he explores what a more real world could look like when we choose to be unapologetically ourselves. The executive director of the CMPB saying, quote, "This campaign is in line with what milk stands for, authenticity. There's nothing more authentic than wholesome, nutritious, real milk, and we want to celebrate and encourage people to be their authentic selves." You can check out the entire music video at dairyherd.com. Speaking of real, how real is money? Pretty real if it spends and you can touch it, but what about digital currency? We'll take a look at the world of crypto next.
Hi, I'm Charles Denny with the University of Tennessee Institute of Agriculture. Congratulations, Ag Day, on 40 years. What you do to support agriculture and the farm families of our country is really amazing. I'm proud to say that I've been part of your broadcast for 23 of those 40 years. I'm getting a story ready for you right now. So all the best, Ag Day. Congratulations, and I'll look forward to being part of your team for years to come.
All right, thanks, Charles. Now, Charles has been sharing stories with Ag Day going on for 24 years now. And that includes this one, a possible alternative to coins, cash, and credit might be part of our financial future. Cryptocurrency is a digital form of money that's gaining notoriety. But what is it exactly, and how does it have value? Charles Denny spoke with experts at the University of Tennessee Extension.
If you could invent your own money, what would it look like? Would you put presidents' faces on it? Numbers, rainbows, flowers? These UT Extension agents are drawing their own cryptocurrency, part of a fun exercise at a workshop in Jackson, where they were learning about this new trend in finance. And just what is cryptocurrency?
Yeah, it's a digital asset. It's virtual. You cannot see it. You never will see it.
Ann Berry is with UT Extension's Family and Consumer Sciences and an expert on consumer finances. Instead of money in your pocket, crypto is credit in your mobile wallet. Berry says there are 20,000 types of cryptocurrency floating around cyberspace, with Bitcoin the best known, and about 12% of Americans are dabbling here.
But they wanted something that was not regulated, decentralized, and so that it could be a peer-to-peer exchange of assets.
Here are a couple of items that I keep around my house. An old watch that quit working decades ago, and this vintage 80s golf club. Now, if I tried to pawn these items, I wouldn't get very much for them. But I keep them because they belong to my dad. In other words, I assign value to these items. Now the question becomes, does cryptocurrency work the same way?
History is filled with almosts.
The short answer is, sort of. With inflation, crypto has been declining in value and basically worth what someone else is willing to pay for it. But what about investing in cryptocurrency, something we're seeing some celebrities endorse? UT Extension experts like Chris Sneed recommend research and caution.
And so what we encourage is anytime there's new opportunity, new ways to use, invest, save money, that you really, as a consumer, have to investigate fully what you're getting into.
Only do high-risk investments with a small percentage of your income, and it's got to be, extra income, something that if you lose it, you're not out anything, and it does not hurt you, significantly.
Cryptocurrency is considered a relatively risky investment and has a reputation for being volatile. But then again, so were other things in their beginning that we commonly use today. You have to ask yourself, how much am I willing to risk and lose? And if you're okay with that and understand things, you can create a new financial future. This is Charles Denny reporting.
All right, thanks, Charles. Now, Bitcoin was reportedly invented in Japan back in 2009, but it's still not clear who invented it. That's all the time we have this morning. Thanks for watching. From all of us here at AgDay, I'm Clinton Griffiths. Have a great day.